I know quite a few teams out there who would be willing to redraft 2021.
With the second pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
If each club had the benefit of hindsight, how would the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft have played out? Let's dive into the enticing exercise of a redraft for the first round of the super stacked 2021 NFL Draft. Number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence. The no-brainer here. The Jaguars knew that they were getting a generational talent and true franchise QB with this pick, and T-Law has come exactly as advertised. Number 2, New York Jets. Jamar Chase. Zach Wilson has gone down as a giant flop in Gotham, so the Jets take the next best offensive player available in this draft. Chase is a top 5 receiver in the game, and we're too busy thinking about how unstoppable a tandem he and Garrett Wilson would be. Number 3, San Francisco 49ers, Micah Parsons. Little did the 49ers know that their future franchise QB was 2022 Mr. Irrelevant in Brock Purdy. So in this redraft, let's pair Cowboys superstar linebacker Micah Parsons with the likes of Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. This would give the 49ers 3 of the NFL's top 10 defensive players. Yeah, good luck throwing the ball on them. Number 4, Atlanta Falcons, Jalen Waddle. Turns out the Falcons have no idea how to utilize Kyle Pitts. No chance he goes number 4 in this redraft, but they correct the miscue in this exercise by going with Miami Dolphins speedster Jalen Waddle. The Alabama product is on his way to his third 1,000-yard season in as many years. The idea of Waddle lining up with rising star Drake London at wideout would be just too much fun for the Falcons to pass up here. Number 5, Cincinnati Bengals, Devontae Smith. With Chase off the board, they'll settle on Alabama's Devontae Smith. Smith has played second fiddle to A.J. Brown in Philly, but the former would be a number 1 receiver on most other teams. That includes the Bengals, who'd get by just fine with a Smith, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins trio. Number 6, Miami Dolphins, Kyle Pitts. With the big 3 receivers off the board, Miami stands by its plan of loading up on playmakers for Tua Tagovailoa. Pitts is easily an annual 1,000-yard weapon in Mike McDaniel's offense, especially with Tyreek Hill commanding most of the attention from opposing defenses anyway. Number 7, Detroit Lions, Penei Sewell. Yep, no changes here. The Lions knew that they were getting a franchise offensive tackle here in Sewell. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have built one of football's best offensive lines here in Motor City, and Sewell has played a hand in that. Number 8, Carolina Panthers, Justin Fields. The Panthers took a chance on Sam Darnold and thus passed on taking a top QB prospect here. Obviously, Darnold did not pan out, and it's way too early to tell if Bryce Young is the guy or not. So, how about taking a chance on the dual-threat QB here? Fields has had his fair share of moments on a lousy Bears team. We'd like to think that he would have gotten something going with DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and Chuba Hubbard as his main weapons. Number 9, Denver Broncos, Trey Lance. Not only would Denver maybe have found its franchise QB here, but taking Lance would have prevented the disastrous Russell Wilson trade. Lance never got a fair shot in San Francisco. With Denver, he would have had Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, and Javonte Williams as his weapons. Simply put, taking Lance here would have been well worth the risk. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles, Amon-Ra St. Brown. With Devontae Smith off the board, the Eagles take the current Lions star who somehow fell down into round 4. St. Brown and Jared Goff have formed an explosive tandem in Detroit. Just imagine how much better St. Brown could be with Jalen Hurts throwing him the football. Number 11, Chicago Bears, Rashawn Slater. Rather than trade up for Fields, the Bears trade up for a bona fide star offensive tackle in Rashawn Slater. The O-line has been a problem in Chicago for a little while now, and Slater would single-handedly change that. Number 12, Dallas Cowboys, Patrick Surtain II. With Micah Parsons unfortunately off the board for the Cowboys, they'll settle on a pure shutdown corner and Patrick Surtain II. Remember how many 2021 mock drafts had him going to Dallas in the first place? Surtain II and Trayvon Diggs formed the next great super cornerback duo. Number 13, Los Angeles Chargers, J.C. Horn. The injury bug has bit Horn time and time again in his rookie year, but when on the field, he has been one of football's premier cover corners. For the Chargers, it's a risk worth taking. Number 14, New York Jets, Mac Jones. Zach Wilson is not the answer, but maybe, just maybe, Mac Jones can actually be the guy for the Jets. Look, he had an excellent rookie year in New England, but his career went sideways once Bill Belichick made Matt Patricia and Joe Judge the co-offensive play callers. Jones wouldn't have to worry about that in Gotham. Robert Saleh would hire an actual offensive coordinator to work with the Jones-Jamar Chase tandem. Number 15, New England Patriots, Zach Wilson. The Patriots needed a QB here one way or another, so let's assign Zach Wilson to them. Wilson had a higher upside than Jones, but the BYU kid just hasn't found his way with the Jets. Playing in New England's ball control, rush-first offense would have helped Wilson build up his confidence early. Having Josh McDaniels as his OC for 1 year could have helped Wilson succeed in that quick-strike offense. Number 16, Arizona Cardinals, Jalen Phillips. The departures of J.J. Watt and Zach Allen in 2023 left the Cardinals without a capable game-changing pass rusher. If only they got their hands on Jalen Phillips, who went to the Dolphins at number 18 overall. That's a playmaker that Jonathan Gannon would greatly appreciate to build the D around. Number 17, Las Vegas Raiders, Tyson Campbell. Woof. Remember when the Raiders reached for Alex Leatherwood in this spot, only to cut him after 1 season? The Raiders should have addressed the defense with this pick, so they do so in a redraft here by taking Jaguars star corner Tyson Campbell, who just might give this team its first true great shutdown corner since Nnamdi Asomugha. Number 18, Miami Dolphins, Creed Humphrey. Miami's O-line slowly but surely improved since Tua Tagovailoa's arrival, but having Chiefs superstar Creed Humphrey in the middle would take it to another level. He'd be a better option than Connor Williams, who had to switch to center from his natural guard position. Number 19, Washington Commanders, Trey Smith. The Commanders' offensive line has been a major problem since Trent Williams last played for them in 2018. The Chiefs struck gold when they took Smith in the 6th round at 226th overall. Finally, the Commanders have a young cornerstone piece to build the O-line around. Number 20, New York Giants, Landon Dickerson. Even with the first-round selection of Andrew Thomas in 2020 and Nevin Neal in 2022, the Giants' O-line remains a colossal disaster. The Giants can at least fix up the interior O-line here by taking Dickerson, who is currently one of the mainstays on the Eagles' offense. Number 21, Indianapolis Colts, Nick Bolton. One of the biggest surprises of the 2021 draft was Nick Bolton's fall to round 2 at number 58 overall. He has certainly outplayed his draft spot and would unquestionably be a first-round pick in a do-over. Number 22, Tennessee Titans, Josh Myers. The Titans' O-line is not the strength it once was in the early Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry era. They have one promising piece there in 2023 first-rounder Peter Skoronski, but help on the interior is still a must. Green Bay Packers stalwart center Josh Myers would be the perfect addition to a Mike Vrabel-coached team that is bent on winning in the trenches. Number 23, Minnesota Vikings, Talanoa Hufanga. The secondary has been a bit of a weak link in Minnesota dating back to 2020. Hufanga earned his first Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro nods in 2022. This special chess piece excels all over. Pass coverage, run defense, and at rushing the QB. Hufanga would instantly change the dynamic of this Minnesota D that desperately needs more playmakers. Number 24, Pittsburgh Steelers, Andre Sisco. Pittsburgh has arguably football's best safety in Minkah Fitzpatrick, but in today's pass-happy league, you can't have too many elite defensive backs. Sisco is a budding star in Duval County already. We can't help but wonder how much better he'd be lining up with Fitzpatrick and Pittsburgh's stingy secondary. In taking Sisco, Pittsburgh would be well equipped to defend against the many high-powered offenses in the AFC. Number 25, Jacksonville Jaguars, Travis Etienne Jr. This pick was highly scrutinized at the time, but now we see why the Jaguars took Etienne Jr. After missing his entire rookie year with a foot injury, Etienne Jr. burst onto the scene with 1,125 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns in 2022. He is one of football's premier workhorse do-it-all running backs who has made life oh so much easier for Trevor Lawrence. Number 26, Cleveland Browns, Gregory Rousseau. The Browns have spent lots of money in draft capital on finding more defensive game wreckers to complement Myles Garrett. Buffalo Bills star Gregory Rousseau broke out in 2022 with 8 sacks and looks even better here in 2023. Number 27, Baltimore Ravens, Kwity Paye. Baltimore did not have a single player hit double-digit sacks in 2021 or 2022. Perhaps that'd be a bit different if they got their hands on Kwity Paye, whom the Colts selected with the number 21 pick. Despite missing 5 games in 2022, Paye recorded 6 sacks and showed signs of growing into a star. Number 28, New Orleans Saints, Christian Darrisaw. The Saints' offensive line was among football's best in Drew Brees' final years. but it's just not the same machine anymore. 2022 first-rounder Trevor Penning has not developed as hoped, and he is on the verge of entering the bust label. Pairing Darisaw with Ryan Ramczyk would give the Saints a top-tier offensive tackle duo. Not to mention that Darisaw would have nullified the Saints' questionable move in which they surrendered a 2023 first-rounder to trade up for Penning. Number 29, Green Bay Packers, Nico Collins. Green Bay has maddeningly passed on taking a wide receiver in the first round every single year since 2003. Here, the Packers correct that mistake by taking the speedy Collins, one of football's top young wide receivers. Number 30, Buffalo Bills, Najee Harris. Buffalo has not had a star running back since LaShawn McCoy's last great year in 2017. Harris has been a stud playing behind Pittsburgh's lousy run-blocking offensive line. Put him in an offense with Allen and Diggs, and you're looking at an annual 1,500-yard threat. Number 31, Baltimore Ravens, Javon Holland. They do have Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton now, but Holland would have been awfully tough to pass on in a redraft. Holland would have been tailor-made for the Ravens' aggressive and blitz-happy defense as a dangerous ball hawker and prolific pass rusher. Number 32, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Asante Samuel Jr. The Bucs secondary was a problem against top-tier quarterbacks in 2021 and 2022. Samuel Jr. would have been a beautiful fit in Todd Bowles' opportunistic defense as an interception specialist. But which player would you want your team to take in the 2021 NFL redraft? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.